told you we was giving you the okay back today to make a way. He gonna die today.
All right, we are here with famous Galore.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right, man. Just out here in the city, getting it.
You just had a birthday, right?
Oh yes, Libra season, man.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. All the Libras out there, it's great, man. Turn up.
We talked about your you threw a birthday party. We talked about it a little bit off camera. Just kind of how was that? How did everything go?
It was cool. It was really private, family and friends. I had a good little 50 people there. My last part, I was trying to knock my last party that I had, like 2018. It was this big house party, man. And we calmed it down. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't wild, but I loved it. I had all the fly people out. Anybody you can name was probably at that party. And so I tried to top it with this one, but this one was a last minute situation. I didn't know if I wanted to get a venue or a house, so that changed though. But my people still came out, and we definitely had fun. I definitely had a lot of good memories, so we had fun.
That's dope. Yeah, we didn't. I was out of town. I was in Lawton.
Oh yeah, I invited y'all, man. Yeah. It's all good.
we'll hit the next one.
Yeah.
So I just want to take it back. Obviously, really just the beginning. I think we talked about it when we were with Barbie. You're from Spencer, right?
Oh yeah. I'm from Spencer, so raised in Spencer. I was kind of born in Midwest City area. I grew up playing basketball, so I definitely was a basketball star. I went to OU. I switched about rapping 2 years ago, but I would say that this was my first year of being completely serious, learning a lot. But I got a whole lot else to go for sure. But it's been fun so far.
Okay, so I want to get into that just a little bit more. I know you played at OU, so coming up is basketball was your main focus?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely. I started when I was about 3, started competing at 4. I've always played up with my cousin. They were like 2 years older, so that helped me grow into a basketball player. My family is very basketball oriented. Everybody plays basketball, and so when I got out of high school, I went to Northeast Academy. So I'm definitely in the city kid. Got out here to Oklahoma in 2013. Took 4 years. I finished in 4 years. I have a human relations degree at OU. I was a point guard, so it's pretty cool. I mean, that grind in itself taught me a lot of how to be on and off the court, a lot of toughness. I learned a lot of how to deal with people that you do not like, and so it definitely helps you in a business setting as well. So
I saw some articles and stuff when I was doing research. You defense a lot, right?
Oh yeah, I'm on the ball, man. That's why I coach now and train kids, and so that's one thing I try to just get at them, that just to go all out. I mean, being aggressive, being women. A lot of people don't like to come watch women basketball, but they'll come watch it though if you're excited and you love the game. And so I really try to teach that in the kids that I do have, and just to have fun with it. But definitely it started out in basketball and it kind of just led me to where I am today.
Okay, so while you're playing basketball, is music something that you're interested in? Are you just listening to music? Are you playing any instruments?
I love music. I'm the kid that walk around with headphones in my ear all day long. I know everybody's lyrics from top to bottom. I grew up listening to Lil Wayne, and he's like a freestyle king. I mean, all his stuff is freestyle, and I love the way he can adapt into all these different areas of music, and I think that's one thing I loved about music, listening to other people's stories. I love just hearing about people's stories in the music, and so I love music. It's always been a part of me. I never thought I'd be rapping though on the other side of the mic. That's the biggest thing. I always knew I wanted to do something, but music just kind of found me. Like, I'm rapping. I know people's stuff, so why not? Get on the mic. So that's kind of how that really just fell into play. So. Okay,
so what? You weren't rapping at all when you're playing basketball. So what, during that transition, what happened to lead you? I know you just kind of said it was natural, but what was there something that in specific that led to you to?
You know what? This rapper out of the DMV area, his name is Big Mackey. To me, he's definitely underrated. His style is a little bit like what's his name? Money Mar out of DMV area. They rap so similar alike. And we was writing each other one day, and I was like, he's good at what he do. And I said, I wish I could rap or whatever. I wish I could rap. And he was like, just try it. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So I was at work, and that's where it all started. I'm at work, and the time that I'm passing, I started writing at first, and I sounded pretty good. I mean, I thought I did. And my first song I wrote was Run Up. I used to be in this, it was me, started off with me and this girl named Asia. She go by AB. We was called Sister Sister to start, and we kind of just made it a fun thing at first. I think we recorded with Rob Stovall, and he was kind of the first person to tell me like I could really rap for real, and I was like, that's kind of what I just needed. I didn't know, and so I kept it from there. I mean, I got on the mic, and from there it felt natural. I'm kind of confident in my voice and speaking, so it ain't that part about it isn't. I wasn't bothered about that. I've also always been in front of cameras for a long time, so that part of being entertaining, I mean, that part was pretty easy for me. But definitely, just somebody told me to try it, and I really just tried it.
You feel like playing basketball, obviously at a high level, and being in front of a lot of people, that helped you when it was time to go up in front of.
Definitely.
A lot of people, I feel like when they start rapping, have issues with like
stage
the confidence.
fright, yeah.
Even
yeah.
just like in the booth, like trying to get their get their verses off in front of people, they get weird. So
yeah.
you feel like that helped you?
My friend Barbie, she's one of the ones that's real shy. I had to try to get her to show me that tough voice that you got. You know what I'm saying? But we kind of help each other out in that area. But definitely, I feel like with that stage presence or being in front of cameras, always with the basketball situation, I've always been highly recruited and looked at. So I've always had people talk about me, good or bad, and that's one thing about rapping. I kind of feel like with music, whatever genre you're in, people tend to may not like it because you talking about hard stuff, or and that's kind of been the issue with me because I still am kind of in that field of basketball, and so trying to get in that space of people accepting me for music and get out of that basketball industry has been kind of tough, but it definitely. Music and basketball definitely has some compounds that helps me for sure. I mean, talking in front of people, the passion, dedication, commitment, all that stuff. Rapping is hard. Like, you really have to put a lot of time in it, and that's another thing that I'm learning. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say halfway in, but I feel like I could definitely go harder with music, but I'm still trying to find that niche of what people like, what they like to hear. And Oklahoma is different. And that's another thing with music here. We have a lot of good, talented people. And a lot of the music, but a lot of people that I think is talented don't really get a lot of recognition because the genre of music they're going in. And I think we, as Oklahoma, is kind of just under the rug. But I'm trying to help with women anyway. I'm definitely different from rapping. I wouldn't call myself a gangster rapper or whatever, but I really want to adapt into pop music. And so I know in itself, Oklahoma's not really a pop oriented place, so it's gonna be hard for sure. But I think just staying with the people who support you the most and not getting distracted. And I have tunnel vision for sure. I learned that from a while back, so I don't really pay attention to other people's grind, but I do listen and I do watch interviews and how people blow up and all that stuff, but everybody's different, and that's another thing I'm learning. I can't really go off of how people get found and all that stuff, but I do listen to what they're doing, how they grinding, and they do stay, just like it was in basketball, staying in the gym, you gotta stay in the studio. So it's like I said, it goes hand in hand to me. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, you talked on a lot of stuff I want to touch on, but first of all, I kind of just want to keep it chronological for right now. Let's talk about just Sister at the time. Mm-hmm. So y'all came out as a group, basically, right?
Yes, we was together. I started rapping, and then I kind of just asked, because I didn't want to do it by myself, really. But I asked Asia, and she was like, yeah, she's fun, and I knew that her voice and her fun, energetic self would be good on the track. I knew that off top. I knew we had chemistry and such, and so I asked her, and she was like, she was down with it. Like I said, we kind of didn't take it serious. We was just playing with it, and so she adapted into her fashion and what she wanted to do, and I kind of got carried away with what I was doing. But we started off as a group. It was definitely fun. We got a tape out. It's called Sisters Are Us. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. Like I said, that was our first ever time jumping on the mic, so it's very it's not all that great, but there's some good songs on there, you know what I'm saying? I'm being real, but we was learning, like I said. But I definitely started with a group, and kind of ventured off to being independent yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's definitely not bad, but from that tape to your like most recent project, you can hear the growth for sure. Like,
Yes, definitely. Goat is out, Volume 1, man. That one came out in May or something like that. I think it was May. But all those songs, even on there, is old. I recorded them and was like, man, just drop all that music. I'm tired of listening to it in my car, like off of notes and stuff. So I just dropped it. I'm working on a new wave of music. That's why I really haven't put out much. I do have a lot of music, but I'm sitting on it because it's always a plan, and that's what I'm also learned. You got to plan and go on about it. But I'm definitely working on something else. Yeah. For
sure. Okay, and then so y'all transitioned from Sister to S4L, right? And that's when Barbie came into the picture?
Yes. I also asked Barbie. Because, Barbie and me go way back, man, middle school. So I knew her story and how she grinds. And I should have asked her a while ago. But, it slipped my mind. But she's another artist. Now, our group we're a group, but we all independent. I mean, she's doing her own thing. I do my own thing. We just, as a gang, we are trying to get to the top. And so her music is completely different from mine. Her whole persona is different, and that's what we trying to pretty much show in the group. That it's a whole lot of different layers to us, and that we can put out. So
yeah, for sure, more of a collective than a rap group.
Yeah.
And then so you touched on your tape. I can get into it a little bit more. So what was I know you talked about just kind of, it was old music you had sitting around that you just felt like people needed to hear.
Yeah, man. I was singing and rapping on that. Like how I rap, I don't really have a preset. I kind of just go into whatever I'm thinking about at that time. That album in itself kind of touched base. So like the first song, my intro song, kind of just opens up to me transition from a basketball player to trying to rap now. I also rap about my life a lot. I lost my mom. I lost my grandmother while I was playing basketball at OU my last year, and they died within 1 month apart from each other, and I was about to finish school. So a lot of that aggression and frustration is going to go into my music because being a woman and at that age I was 22. Just coming out of college, I didn't know much about nothing. And my mother was my best friend. So it was just like, where do you go from here? And I feel like with music, I've always been a person of expression and stuff. And so I feel like music just helps me get that out in some way. Because I don't go to counseling. I'm not going to counseling. But that is my therapy at the end of the day, getting that out like it was for basketball. I mean, so it's just an outlet.
Yeah, that's dope. As long as you have some way to express yourself.
I try to stay away from drugs and all the other outlets. I mean, for real. But that's a big inspiration to me when I talk about my mother. Fashion wise, she was a fashion designer to me. She always cut up clothes, and I cut up my jeans. I started with jeans and gone about what it is, but all that implements in my music. I'm a very high fashionable person. I love fashion. And I express that, and I express that in my music. So that's pretty much what you would hear coming from.
There's a lot of the themes in the music as far as like rapping about brands and stuff like that. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. You did your birthday party was Vogue themes. You kind of touched on it. So just talk about what that means to you as far as like putting your outfits together and
well, I kind of just wake up and go. I mean, but I have a lot of selections of clothes. I can dress up, I can dress down. I wear heels, I wear boots. I wear a lot of. I was a sneakerhead at one point, so I had a lot of tennis shoes. Right, about 2 heels. But like I said, when I got to OU, you had to dress up a little bit, so I kind of got expanded into a formal, more dress, implemented into my street fashion. But I love street fashion. One day I plan to have a babe collection with them. That's one of my dreams. But I'm definitely into fashion. Like I want this music thing to take off to the point where I can really just adapt it to my fashion, because again, that goes hand in hand. All the stuff that I'm pretty much doing goes hand in hand. And so my Vogue party, Vogue to me is just creativity at the end of the day. I kind of based it off of the magazine. A lot of people was asking me, how do you wear a suit? How do you wear a tie? But it's just like, it's all about what you think high fashion is, or whatever that was for you. And so I seen a lot at my party. I seen a lot of people dressing up, and I seen a lot of people dressing in sneakers, which was fine to me, because that's your thing, that's your cup of tea. But basically, fashion is just being creative and I love mismatching. I don't really. People say don't cross brand, but you know, I don't really pay attention to that. I just, if it look good, it look good. You know? So that's where I'm at with fashion. I express myself a lot through fashion, but you know, a lot of people actually would say, and I can't even really explain my fashion because I wear a lot of unisex clothes, and so I like baggy clothes. And so one of the things you might see me in is a lot of dripped out clothes, but I mean, it's a sense of fashion. It's not because I want to, you know, look like a male or anything.
Yeah.
I got all those questions before too, so no.
No, I feel like it's like that's where everything is going pretty much, like not a asexual, but like a
Definitely everything is going a unisex way.
Yeah,
I use that word a lot because I'm actually working on a clothing line, so my clothing line will definitely be like a unisex line for the most part. But yeah, I love to mismatch, so that's just me.
We got into the conversation a little too quick. I skipped some of the main questions we normally ask. So we just take it back a little bit. When you're coming into rapping, where are you getting any inspiration from as far as musical? Like,
oh yeah,
any other rappers? I know you said you're trying to get more into a pop realm. So is there anybody that you were taking things from?
In pop, I listen to a lot of Gunna. See, I like Gunna because I just like the way he says things. He don't really say it in a bland way, and he got different flows. I take that. I listen to G Herbo a lot. G Herbo is my guy. Drake. So Drake is also a pop guy. So I got all type of layers, and some of my music is gonna be, you know, the hard stuff, hard rap, and because I come from a family where, you know, kind of being in the streets is where it's at, you know, but also, and that's what really makes me who I am. I got friends that's in the streets. I got friends that's fashion designers. I got friends that hoop. I got all these type of people around me that inspires me, and really family inspires me as well. I mean, I'm trying to get to the top to create wealth for my family. I was probably one of the first to really just go to a college that for basketball, high-end college, you know,
like a major
D1 college, yeah. And so my family got degrees, but for the most part, I'm pretty much the one that just likes to travel and go on and do her own thing. And so that helps me a lot, being self-efficient, being independent. I mean, I stand on that, you know, being myself, and so it helps a lot.
Sure. And then I gotta ask you, any 3 collaborations that you would pick out of those people that you named to do a song with?
Definitely G Herbo. I met him in Langston at a Langston show, and he didn't want to talk to nobody, but he talked to me because it was my actual birthday again on that day, whatever, and so he came down. But I would definitely collab with him. I like Doja Cat now. She's another pop artist. I like how she says different things in her music. She could be the next Rihanna to me, in my opinion. Shoot, who else do I listen to on the daily? Locally, of course, I listen to Barbie. I listen to I like June Poppy's music, Baby K music. I like Buddha's music. I like their energy for the most part. And I'm pretty sure it's a couple of people I listen to on a daily, but I can't even think of them right now. But I listen to a lot of people that's around me on top of you know, people that I really just named. I stick to what I kind of stick to, and I think that's probably an Oklahoma thing. We don't really dap into all this stuff, but I kind of I listen to everybody, so that's another thing with my music, and that's why I jump from how I jump around, because I like all type of music.
Yeah, for sure. You kind of talked about, you talked about Barbie and Baby K, and I know y'all were all kind of collective at one point. I feel like we've been over this a couple of different times.
We tried that.
Do you want to give your perspective on that?
Well, at the end of the day, we all just some artists just trying to get a name out there for ourselves. We all just started, needed help for us with, we record with GQ at the time, and love GQ. He's definitely one of the best producers out of Oklahoma. And it was kind of his thing. He kind of just asked us about it, and we kind of just went in it, and it was about 5 to 6 of us in the group. June, Poppy, Trey. I like Trey's music too. H Trey, and Tony D. So I got some songs with some of them, and we kind of just did it that way. We friends at the end of the day, and so it was more of a family thing more than just trying to get this music situation going on. That's
so you touched on the tape that are you working on that right now?
Actually, I'm gonna say I'm working on it because I'm about to get back in the studio type thing. But I got an idea of what I want to do. Kind of want to do some. It's gonna be different. I'm gonna be singing. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a little. I do a lot of stuff, but I think I'm gonna sing a little bit on it, and probably drop a small little tape, and then go on about to work on volume 2.
Okay. So the tape that you're about to work on is not
nothing compared to it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
you're like
something to drop.
Full to the pop realm.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
definitely going full out pop, man.
Cool. That's cool. I'm excited to hear that. That's so what else you have going on? What's next?
What's next for me? I definitely want to get some more visuals out. I worked with Vouch for the first set, and so I'm working with Sweet Life now, and just trying to see who I can connect with right now. I'm also working on getting a manager, somebody to push me behind, because as I'm learning, you need help. With basketball, I had a basketball, and I was, that's results in that game. You know what I'm saying? Immediately kind of results. Music is a struggle for me because I've always had results,
Yeah.
and so now it's just like you gotta have more so money behind your work rather than basketball. You don't need no money. You just gotta go get it done,
Yeah.
And so now I'm learning. Yeah, I gotta find somebody that can push me. I'm also not heavy on the internet. I used to be heavy on the internet, but now it's just like I don't want to scroll just for entertainment, and it's hard for me to get on there now. And so I need other people that kind of help me brand myself, and that's really what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find just a team outside of my friends to really just push me, and I think that's what I'm missing in my music. But I definitely I'm definitely gonna get back in the studio. I kind of go in and out because of how much I be doing in the city. I'm moving around a lot, but being an artist, like I said, I'm still learning on my time management, and I thought I would have learned that in college, but I didn't. But time management is everything, man. You definitely have to have a plan. I kind of just be doing stuff, and you gotta have a layout, and so that's what I'm gonna do for this next video, and then this little tape that I'm gonna just drop. I probably won't even tell y'all. I'm just gonna drop it kind of and see what it does, because it's a different genre of music. Exactly. And so I'm trying to see how people react to different things. But people I kind of put a tweet out that I was going to do it, and it got like, it went up a little bit. So I feel like people kind of like that singing, rap thing. And so I'm kind of dipping into that. I didn't mention Durkio, but I'm starting to listen to Lil Durk a lot, because he's doing that singing, rapping thing, but he's telling a story as well, and I like his wave, and so that's kind of where my music is gonna go. And then with the singing stuff, so I'm looking into just branding myself as an artist right now, and getting out there and putting a face to a name, because that's so hard for me to do. I like being at the house and kind of being out the way, but getting out there is one thing I kind of learned from my sis Barbie. She's a lot different from me in how she responds to different people and hanging out with people. I really am very antisocial when it comes to that era, and so I think I got to get out of that to make sure people feel what I'm talking about, feel me, see me, and not just me dribbling a basketball on the internet, because like I said, people still think I'm playing basketball, which I do, but for the most part I want to be an artist, and I'm gonna make people feel that at the end of the day. Yeah, for sure. The connections, I feel like, especially in like a smaller, like Oklahoma City's a smaller market, the connections. Yes, I think Oklahoma is one of the hardest cities to blow out. States to blow out of. You could say Louisiana, you could say a lot of down south places, but they had Boosie and they had the Webbies and they had a way of music already, and so we are really getting it all out the mud. We don't have nobody young thug you know what I'm saying, oh, this is the best person in the city, you go ahead, Thug, go make this man.
Yeah.
We don't have
There's
that
no
here.
blueprint.
It's like, no blueprints here. We all just trying to figure it out. And it's a lot of people that don't rap that have the resources that I feel like they're not doing it for us. And it makes me, I am going to move. I want to move to the Dallas area, but that's what kind of pushing me to go move, because I want to see those people that don't know me that'll do for me, you know what I'm saying, and connect in other ways. But definitely I travel a lot, and so I've been to like 9 different countries, and I've been to about 30 of these states, and every time I go somewhere, people always approach me with fashion or ask me what I'm doing, and so I wish I was rapping back then when they would tell me that type of stuff, man. But like I met Cardi, Playboy Cardi one time, and had this chain on. I forgot what chain it was. I think it's like my Pikachu chain I used to rock. And he was like, it's a dope chain. Like, you know, like what you do? And I was like, yeah, I don't be doing nothing. But see, that was a connection if I was to rap. Who knows what could have happened at that time, because we kind of in that. I can also be on some Cardi chanting music or some A$AP Rocky stuff. Like, I have those type of songs, but I don't know. You know, I don't know what Oklahoma would listen to, because that is my audience. And so that's kind of why I want to move, get into other people, because, man, it's just so much. I feel like it's just so much that Oklahoma is missing, and I would hate to leave, but that's what we missing. We need more help here, more people who's willing to get these artists out, because it's not just me. It's a lot of us who putting the work in and got. And even if we're not putting the work in, you can tell we got talent. You can tell somebody just needs to be pushed or helped. So, and so in that area, I'm looking for that. I'm big on connection. I'm very friendly, and for the most part, but approaching new people and making them connections, man, that's really what music is to me. That's what I'm kind of finding out. So I got to get out there.
Sure. And then, so what's the long-term goals? I know you talked about doing a fashion brand. You want to get the music going. Like, what would you say a few years down the road? What's the long-term goal?
A long-term goal for me, I definitely want to be established, whether it's music or fashion. I want to be more established. So hopefully, in a couple years, I would have moved, found those connections that I need. And kind of just go from there. I really don't. I plan in the future, but I kind of try to do my steps of what I'm doing right now and try not to look so far ahead, because I think that's where I kind of mess up, because I want to be successful as bad as I breathe, but it's just like, you know, you need those resources. You need to find out what information. And so being in Oklahoma, we kind of under umbrella like that. And so, like I said, we definitely need some more people to get us out of there and get our name and have more shows here. We don't really have a lot of shows that people come to for real. And so that's why in Dallas, I know I go to Dallas for a lot of concerts and stuff, and that's another thing that kind of brought me to music. I didn't say I used to concert hop a lot. I used to go to concerts all the time. I still do. And so just to see those people on stage and how the fans react, man, that's just like basketball to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that part of people feeling like they want to hear you. They want to be like something you want to be, and being inspired. So that's one of the biggest things about me. I want to inspire people. I want to help people. So if I ever do get wealthy and rich, I'm definitely going to have a school for different things that has nothing to do with sports. I want people to have an art school pretty much. I want to have a clothing line. I want to have a club. I want to have a shoe store. All those things that kind of just go hand in hand with fashion and music, what I'm doing. So
that's dope. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of stuff you talked about. There's definitely the potential for it to be able to happen around here, and there's just, like you said, just got to get the steps right and get everything in motion. Got
to get the stuff in motion, man. But get out there. Don't be afraid. I'm learning that, you know, with me being kind of in front of kids at the end of the day and trying to be my own self. It's hard, but people gonna talk about you good or bad, and I learned that from the court, and so I kind of keep that in the back of my head. Just keep driving, keep pushing forward, and be yourself, and people gonna accept you for who you is at the end of the day.
For sure, that's all I got, man. I'm excited to see what you got coming. I'm really excited to see what you do with the pop stuff.
Yes, pop culture, man. We about to wake it up. You know, they need another female out here to do that stuff, but you know, I'm definitely gonna get out here more, put a face to the name. But Famous Galore is definitely most slept on in the city, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, but it is my job to get it out there. So I'm going to make sure I do my part.
All right. Appreciate you coming, sitting down with us. Once everything gets going, we'll get you back in and talk some more.
Gang. S4L the movement, y'all know what's going on, man. I ain't gonna cuss. You heard what Famous Galore, S4L the gang, lame bitches can't hang, run up on us, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? You give me the okay, we out.